Yo, what's up guys? Tricks Trading Co. back at you with another YouTube video. Today we have a Pokemon TCG deck review or deck overlook in general. I wanted to whip out the real cards and go through an actual deck that I've been playing with and taking to locals. And with the most recent format and most recent set, Cynthia's Garchomp did get a bit of a buff. It does play pretty smooth. I don't think that it quite makes it to the top tier. It has really good matchups. It still struggles with a few other matchups. This is currently what I've been playing to locals just to have a little bit more fun. It has been interesting. I've seen some success. I have not won any of the local tournaments yet, but I have gotten top 4 a couple of times, and we have about 18 people that show up. So you be the judge, but we will go through and I'll show you the deck. So 3, 4, 4. So this is your main attacker, your main lineup. This is what you will be trying to get to most of the game. The cool thing is with some of the upgrades in this deck, all 3 of these stages will, or I guess the 2 stages, but all of these will be able to actually hit decently enough, especially into weakness with the Power Pros or the Premium Power Pro and a couple of other factors. All of these can end up being sort of viable attackers. And, you know, that's something you don't get to see a lot with Stage 2 decks. It's usually trying to get to the big Stage 2 and you know, figuring it out from there. The assist for the Stage 2 is I run 3 Roselia and 3 Roserade. Now, of course, everybody knows the ability. Attacks used by your Cynthia's Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So, you want to load your bench up with Roselias as well. You want to at least try and have 2 down. Some games you can get all 3, and if you get all 3 down, it feels really good. This first attack on Garchomp ends up hitting really hard with all 3 down, corkscrew dive, and you get to draw 6 cards with it, or you draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. But you could hit upwards of 190, which for that takes out Mew and a couple of other kind of bench spot holders in the meta today. So Roselia, it's a must. It's a very good card to run in the deck. We do run the one of Spirit Tomb. I don't use this a lot, and if I were to swap it out with anything, it would probably be the new Psyduck, but occasionally you do have these games where Garchomp tanks all the way up to almost 300 damage on it, and with the free retreat and just a single energy attachment, it almost makes sense to just play this no matter what happens in this deck and be able to hit super hard and return the hit onto the following turn and save your Garchomp. So we do run the one of Spirit Tomb. I run 2 Hilda because we do run a new upper build. I run 2 Kieran. There's a lot of bench locking in this format currently, and this also can help correct some of the damage misses that Garchomp sometimes has. So, you know, getting the additional 30 more as an option is nice, but we do primarily use this to switch our Pokemon out if we are getting active locked. And then you have the 2 Boss, self-explanatory, 2 Iona for some disruption and also a little bit of draw power in the early game if you get stuck with it. 4 Lilies. This helps this deck quite a bit, being able to get some additional draw power and be able to get things flowing and refresh your hand without discarding a whole bunch of cards with Professor's Research. 4 Arven. This is going to be how we find everything we need to get rolling and get moving. This definitely helps because this is a TM Evolution build. Those are your supporters. Coming up on your items, I do play 1 Rod, 1 Stretcher. I was playing 2 Stretcher. The Rod just seems a little too valuable not to play a one of. Being able to get some energy back into the deck because you don't play a whole lot of energy here, and also being able to get some of those late game Gibbles back into the deck to try and hit another evolution line if need be. We do play 1 Ultra Ball, 1 Rare Candy. Rare Candy for the late game. This actually does get utilized quite a bit. 1 Ultra Ball. This is going to help you find that last minute Garchomp if need be, and you can't pull the Hildas off, or you want to play a different supporter. You want to boss, then Rare Candy, get the Garchomp. That is a crazy move to pull off, but it is possible, and it does come up. 3 Premium Power Pro. I was running 4, but with the 3 Roserades as well as the Curans, this 3 feels really good. 3 Fighting Gong. I don't think you need more than 3 in this. This is helping you find get your Gibbles in the beginning, but it's mainly as an energy search for a single attachment, so you can get the first attack up and going. We play 3 Buddy Buddy. Again, with the 3 Gong, being able to get the Gibbles out, but also mainly use this to try and get your Roserades. 3 feels good. You could potentially go to 4. I could see somebody arguing taking out the Ultra Ball or Rare Candy for a 4th Buddy Poffin. 2 TM Evolution. You really want to try and go second with this deck. You want to get your Arven, and you want to get your Gabites out as quick as possible, because that's going to be how you just start pulling from the deck with its ability, and you start pulling your Roserades and start pulling your other Gabites and your Garchomps out. We do play the 3 Cynthia's Power Weight as one of our tool options. This is great just to turn Garchomp into a 400 HP monster, as well as protect the donk in the early game if need be. That also is going around still a lot, as people trying to get turn 1 donks. We do play a 1-of Artisan. This is a stadium bump, but it's also a late game opportunity for us to try and get our bench back in order if the opponent does get a pretty hefty knockout on us and we're not quite prepared. So that is most of our items, tools, and stadiums. We do play the Neo Upper, which of course, if you guys don't know, if you play a Hilda, you can grab an energy. It doesn't state what kind of energy, so you can grab Neo Upper. If you attach this to a stage 2 Pokemon, it counts as every type of energy, but it counts as 2, so you can immediately charge up Garchomp's second ability, which hits for 260, and if you have the buffs, you can knock out pretty much anything in the game with the second attack. And then we do play 6 of the fighting energy to maintain trying to load up our bench and get the first attack going as well on any of the evolution line. And that is my take on Cynthia's Garchomp. I don't think that this would be like an S-tier deck by any means, but it would be really fun to take to locals. It also can hold its own at a regional if you needed it to. I don't think you're going to win the tournament, but there was some Cynthias in day 2 at a lot of recent tournaments. It does really well over in Japan. It's the strongest I've seen it so far. It is pretty viable. It's not a horrible typing to have in this current meta. I know there's a lot of grass running around, but it does hold its own whenever it pulls off the 400 HP. So, I mean, I will leave that up to you and your personal preferences on how you like to play the game. But in my honest opinion, I think it's a great deck. I think it's very competitive. I think it can hold its own with pretty much anything. So, let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what you would change. I'm always interested in pulling in ideas and building new creative ways with decks. I'm going to keep playing this until I kind of get the inkling or itch to play something else. And until next time, this has been Tricks Trading Co. Back at you with another Pokemon TCG deck review. As always, peace and love.